This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Amber Betts.
Hey there, I am Amber Betts with the Good Neighbor Podcast, West Denver, and today we're excited to be back with Stephanie of SPENGA. Hey, Stephanie, how are you?
Hi, Amber.
So tell the listeners, if they've never heard of SPENGA or never tried it, what are you all about? What is the class like?
Yeah, so SPENGA is a boutique fitness studio. So our classes are 60 minutes, and they are comprised of 20 minutes of spin, 20 minutes of strength training, and 20 minutes of yoga. So you get all three pillars of fitness all in one.
I love that. I'm a big fan. It's been a really good class for me, so I love it.
Yeah, you're a founding member, so
Yep.
We've loved having you all these years.
So tell the listeners, what sets you guys apart? There's so many boutique fitness options, especially in Northwest Denver and the Highlands area and Wheat Ridge. Why do they pick you over other options in different classes?
I think there's a lot of different reasons. One would be how clean we are. So you come into the studio, we clean everything for you, and we do it during and after each and every workout. So the cleanliness is above any other studio you'll find in the area. We have an amazing community where people really connect. And so our culture really is helping our members to connect one another and being that studio that cares about you. But I think the biggest reason is the workout. There's some bigger box gyms that opened up this year, and we had some members that went there for a period of time, and they ultimately came back because the quality of instructing at our studio is just unlike any other. And there's really something to being able to show up to a place and being told what to do. And I always say the difference is when I go to like a big box gym or an open gym is I show up and I say, I'm going to work hard today. And actually I sort of just dilly-dally around.
Yep.
And when I show up to SPENGA, I often tell myself, like, I'm going to take it easy today. And then what ultimately happens is you get into the session and the instruction is awesome, the music's awesome, and the community feels awesome that I end up working so much harder than I even knew that I was capable of. And because of that, we really help people to achieve their goals because they learn what they're capable of and they get a great workout every time they come in.
That definitely resonates with me. There's times where I'm like, I don't need to push it too much and spin. And the instructors are incredible. They really do push you. I love it.
Yep, absolutely.
So tell the listeners, who's the ideal type of person that really this is a great fit for? What are their goals? Tell us about that person that really should come and check you out.
Yes. Well, what I love about SPENGA is for everyone. If you come into our studio, you'll see, I would say, the most varied demographic. You'll see people of all ages, of all fitness levels. And so it really is a workout for everyone. Who I've seen that I feel like really needs SPENGA, our target demographic is, that woman in her 30s or 40s, maybe she has kids, maybe she doesn't, but she's busy. The woman that's busy and she's bought all the gym equipment. She has it at home. She made the big investment. She told herself she was going to work out. And when she does actually fulfill on that promise, she doesn't actually get a very good workout. But most of the time it just sits there and collects dust. We're for her because we make it easy in all of the busy things to just show up. We tell you what to do, and we really help people to achieve their goals in a classroom setting that feels a little fun sometimes. Even when working out, feels weird for it to be fun.
Yeah. And I will resonate that busy women, I'm a control freak. I'm constantly planning and thinking and what I got to do next to my day and all this, and going to a place and showing up and not having to think for an hour is huge for me, honestly.
That's honestly what sold me on SPENGA is before I opened this location, I had gone to another location, and I was a mom who had a toddler and a 6-month-old. I was postpartum, and the number one is I felt safe in that setting because it was low impact. I felt challenged. But the biggest thing for me was that I didn't have to think for a full hour. And it felt like such a mental escape where I was doing something really good for myself and just sort of like letting the rest of the world wait on me. And honestly, I don't love in general, I just like working out's not my favorite thing to do. I really need to do it. But I do love having a mental break. And so there are so many of us like that out there. And so that's one of the things I love to provide for people is that place to do it.
Love it. So tell the listeners, Stephanie, all the things happening at the studio right now. I know you have some challenges, some stuff coming up. So tell us about that.
Yeah, it's a really exciting time in the studio. So number one, we just launched semi-private training in the studio a couple months ago. This has been a passion project for me and our general manager, Gabrielle. Mm-hmm. We've really been passionate about offering semi-private training. So it's one instructor to 4 people, which really allows our members to slow down, perfect their form, and maybe grab those heavier weights that they've been scared of, but really helping people to expedite their fitness goals. So that's really exciting to have in the studio. Number 2, depending on when this broadcasts, we will have at the end of October our Health Week Challenge, which is basically a really fun way to like get people to like activate their fitness this time of year. Mm-hmm. And then we'll have the end of year SPENGA Fit Challenge, which is just helping people to stay active. Like the goal isn't to go crazy at the end of the year, but just to like do something, right? Because there's a lot that can pull us away towards the end of the year. But ultimately, the funnest thing is that we have been really promoting to people who haven't experienced SPENGA our 8-week Fit Over 30 program, which there's different options for it. But the biggest thing is like committing to really getting back on track with your fitness and seeing, losing weight, toning up, or just feeling good and just giving you a place to do it. So it's been fun to have a lot of conversations with people and get some people in.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that kind of wraps it up. I would also invite the listeners, if they're in the area, to check out West Highland Living Magazine. Stephanie is our expert contributor in fitness and writes articles, and they're really good. So you should check that out. Mm-hmm. But Stephanie, tell the listeners all the best ways to reach you, the location, website, socials, how to sign up for that first class, all that stuff.
Yes. Well, we have a fun article going in West Highlands Living in November about fitness and the holidays and all that stuff. Follow us on Instagram at our handle is at SPENGA Wheat Ridge. And then our website is wheatridgeco.spenga.com. So you can check us out there. We've got videos and stuff. But those are going to be the best ways. Our contact information, phone number, and email are there. First session at SPENGA is always free. So if you're on the fence of whether or not this is a good place for you, come check us out. It's fun.
All right. And location?
Address. Location. Yes. Yeah. Very good. 5305 West 38th Avenue. Yep. So we're right at the corner of 38th and Sheridan, next to King Soopers. So very convenient. Lots of parking.
I never have a problem with it.
Never a problem. Get your workout. Go to King Soopers and get yourself some food. And if it's Friday or Saturday, you can also stop in and get your, rosé from the liquor store next door. So we're a one-stop shop for everything you need.
Love it. All right, Stephanie, that wraps it up. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Amber.
Okay. Thanks to the listeners out there.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpwestdenver.com. That's gnpwestdenver.com or call 720-295-9588.